Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. As you can see, I'm standing in front of the Hanukkah, the menorah, with all 8 lights glowing and shining. Although by the time you see this video, Hanukkah will be concluded. And yet we know that the light of the menorah remains in us, and hopefully we become a light to others. Because we say that one little candle can light up a whole room, and one little light can make a big difference in other lives. And as we conclude Hanukkah, we also therefore conclude the Joseph story, which we have been reading. And the Joseph story always coincides with Hanukkah. You may ask why. It just works out that way every year for the last 2,000 years. In any case, the ending of the Joseph story is very dramatic and very relevant to our lives as well. At the very end, just as Joseph dreamed, it's a fulfillment of the dream. His brothers come down to Egypt to seek food because their family is starving and there's famine throughout the land, and they have to meet face to face with the most important person in Egypt, but they don't know that this person is their brother who they sold into slavery, and he's not willing to grant them the food until he tests them and tries them. In a sense, he puts them into the pit. He has to know that they have changed. And finally, after many chapters, and it's very tedious and a lot of repetition, he is convinced that his brothers have really grown and matured, and they regret the loss of their little brother. And that's when Joseph reveals himself. He's wearing Egyptian clothing, he has makeup on, he speaks Egyptian, but he says to them, I am Joseph. I am your brother. And they fear for their lives, but they need not. When Joseph says, I'm Joseph, it means I'm still a Jew. I'm still Jewish. I still remember who I am. I have not changed all that much. And when he says, I'm your brother, it means I'm your brother. And finally, let's be close. Let's have a reconciliation. And that's how the Joseph story ends. One thing to note, as you know, on Shabbat, we bless our boy children with the blessing, may you be like Ephraim and Manasseh. And people sometimes ask, why are the girls blessed with Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, and the boys are not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Because Ephraim and Manasseh, the sons of Joseph, also retained their names. They never forgot who they were. And really that's the challenge, living in the diaspora, living in America, wherever life takes us, the blessing is, may you be like Ephraim and Manasseh. May you never forget your Jewish roots, who you are, your identity. And that's why we bless our children. That's the most important blessing, to remember who they are. This Shabbat, we have a very special treat. Cantor Neil is going to present his Machshava service. And he's really going to lead us through this. He would say this means a very spiritual service. Contemplative is the word that's used. And I would say more than ever, with what's going around in our world, we need that peace of mind. And this service is going to be very reflective, with music and large segments of silent, and a chance to connect with our inner selves and with one another. So I hope to see you this Friday at 8, and I hope you had a wonderful Hanukkah, and I hope you have a beautiful Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.